Hi grade 5s! Last week we learned all about metals and the properties of metals. Today we're going to look at the properties of non-metals, and that's on page 68 of your textbook. Now, a non-metal is basically any kind of material that is not metal. So if we look at the examples at the bottom here, that's like fabrics. Fabric is like cotton or wool or silk. Glass, wood, leather, rubber, clay and sand, and then also water, oil, and different kinds of gases. These are just some of the examples. There's many more. Anything that you can think of, anything you see around you that is not metal will be a non-metal. Okay, so let's look at the properties. Now, you know by now what the properties of metals are. So if something is a non-metal, basically the properties or the characteristics of that thing will be the opposite of metals. So first up, it breaks easily. So if you think of something that's made of glass or even plastic, if you drop it, it will most probably break or crack or damage in some way. And that's different from metals that are strong. Then they are dull. They won't shine like a metal does, and even if you rub it, like your experiment with the coins that you did, they probably will not get all shiny and nice. They are dull. Okay, poor conductors of heat. So we use metals for things that we want to be able to conduct and keep heat, like a pot. But we use non-metals when it's not essential for it to be able to conduct heat. So it will not heat up and keep the heat. A plastic, for example, if you put it in heat or on heat, it will melt instead of retaining that heat. Okay, then it is not malleable. So we learned that malleable means that you can kind of hammer it into a shape. Like we learned about the swords that they used to just hit into a certain shape to make a sword with metal. So you can't do that with these things. You can't take a fabric and use a hammer to get it into the shape of a dress or a pair of pants. Okay, and you can't hammer wood into a chair. You have to saw it and cut it and whatever. Okay, and then lastly, it is not ductile. It cannot be stretched into thin little wires like we learned about copper wires. If you think about oil or gases or water, for example, we can't stretch it to make a thin little wire or something thin like that. So it is not ductile. Okay guys, I hope that makes sense. And for today, I want to challenge you to look around your room, your bedroom, look for 10 different items and tell your family members, one of your family members, which of those are made of metal and which ones are non-metal. And if you're not sure, have a look at these properties and the properties of metal, and they will help you decide, is this a metal or is this a non-metal? Okay guys, enjoy your day. Stay nice and warm. It's getting cold outside. Miss you. Bye.